Bye. Alright. Let's mute my stream. So I had a tragedy happen just now. So keep me company, or so maybe do something to myself. So I did adjust the noise gate a little bit, so seems like it's fine. What happened? So as you can see on my display case, some models took a tumble because the one sheet was hanging over the door and it hooked onto the ironing board, and as I closed the door, the iron board smashed against this case at the back. So I'm gonna have to do some repairs later on, but yeah, we'll leave it for later. Yeah, there's no paint chips. There's a few broken pieces, but yeah, not too happy. But good taste of my chillness was had. So didn't play anyone. It was an accident. So yeah. So we'll keep that for the weekend. So a little earpiece broke off. So that I gotta fix. This one's base completely snapped off from the plinth. Luckily none of the horns or anything broke off. What else? Nothing on the Tiger Soldier, luckily. This one's ammo seen better days. And then unfortunately this guy, luckily his gun just broke off clean, but this piece of the ear did chip off, but I found that piece as well. So luckily nothing on the front. That did take a knock, that did take a knock as well. Yeah, that should be easy repairs, but yeah, let's leave it for later. Also, if I'm gonna keep on talking about, my voice is gonna break. Anyway. So yeah. Oh, luckily the girlfriend said we must get a proper display case now, so something good came out of that. So let's see. So the resin does seem hard on this one. So this one should be fine as well. So it does look like it's hard enough. So I'm just gonna remove these ones. So yeah. Just let me know if the noise gate is fine, Celery. I have to adjust it for heavy breathing moments or whatever. I can just do that now. So yeah. I was stressing if I was gonna make it in time for the stream, because I was working up until 5, because last minute stuff needed some attention. So I quickly did that, drove back home, all good. And the nommings. Let's just put that in there. Where is this? Cap. So yeah, let's see if my ghetto dam worked. seems like it did work. Brilliante. So yeah, give me a topic to talk about, because only thing I can think about now is the pain for later. Alright, let's put that in the bin. What I want to actually see, but I maybe have to try to just remove some of this tape and then see if I can get everything flush, and then I can just reattach some masking tape. That could have been worse. But yeah, at the end it's just models. It's not the end of the world. Did feel like that for a second, but nothing too serious. So let's see if I can get up into this little bottom layer. So hopefully if we can get up close. There we go. Yeah, it was a bit of a overspill, but resin shouldn't be too thick there. It's a little bit of a cleanup necessary for that, so it's getting close. Okay. Just in time for the peel, so yeah. It worked, I'm happy. Just have to get some of this edges nice and smooth a little bit more. Just want to take some of this overspill off. Now we can fix with some clear varnish. Oops. No, I don't want to become famous. Celery, please help me. Alright. I'm liking how that looks. I'm not too worried about this, the lip that's been created, because I don't really have space for a lot of sanding. The only way to get rid of that little lip there is for a lot of sanding and stuff. So that's one thing I forgot to do. Thanks. So what you want to do is when you have a nice area where you have, say like this, and you want to make little waves, instead of trying to make it complicated, you can use something like this, or just any normal gel varnish, but this has a little bit more body to it, because it's made for canvas painting. It's a little bit more heavy. So what I want to do is grab a little lollipop stick, or whatever you call it. This is just pain on my side. Alright. So let's just get my sleeves a little bit rolled up. Take a quick drag and we can get going fast. Alright, so nothing too difficult. I just want to have, because this does shrink a lot. It's so good to know your products. So luckily I used this once on something. So now I can also decide if I want to add some bluer ink to this to kind of darken down the top surface of the water, which I actually want to do maybe. I'm just going to use this little cup I used for the resin pour. I'm just going to goop some of this in there. My music's soft. Me boost my music. Is that better? Tell me please, man. Yes. Cool, cool. Now, just take the blue ink I used last night. So, let's put a little drop on there. Let's try to get some of that mixed in. So it does look very opaque at the moment. Did I see the clip? Oh yeah boy. You check the clip. I'm missing something. Just down for the bill. Okay. Let's see. So what you want to do? Take some of this. I just want to get that. Not too worried about getting it on the rocks. Let's get this spread out a little bit. Relief main painting. So, thanks. I'll move my air compressor someday to the ground. It's a little bit more, not as shaky. So all you want to do is basically So hopefully that doesn't dry up too much or dry too opaque. Where did I put my little thingy mabube? So yeah, the airbrush usually works a little bit better when it's a completely flat surface. Unfortunately, this one has a little bit more of a lip to it. That's fine, we'll sort it out soon enough. So you can't really see much now, but as it starts to dry, it's going to shrink a lot, so that's fine. But enough messing around with that. Close that up. So when that's dry, we can mix a little bit of a snow powder, so it's crushed glass and the same glass medium. The dry time shouldn't be that long. It might start going clearer as we go through the stream today. So we'll see. So let's do it. What we want to start with today is with him. So I'm not too worried about overspray at this moment. Not shipped yet. But you still got time. So yeah, I'm thinking, I know I want to have a color what I want to use rather than some of the other stuff. So let's just pull out my paint bin. So we're looking for our black red from Vallejo. Nope. Let's just see if we can spot it. So we're looking for a white cap. There you go. Black red. Yeah. Let's put that behind us. The palette, I don't know really. I'm still just going with what I want to do. So obviously when everything is dry on the base, I want to make the corals more into a darker green, so on. So I have ideas for the metallics and stuff, the non-metallics. So it's not going to be anything too crazy. I just want to find a way to incorporate the airbrush slowly more. So that's the plan. So yeah, sorry for the more vaping than usual. Just to help me calm down for now. It's a nice dark red. So it's very similar to, say, something like an Indian shadow. But I have a feeling this one's coverage is a little bit better through the airbrush, so we'll see how that goes. And then grab some of this airbrush thinner, or normal thinners. And I didn't bring the hairdryer as well, so after this it's going to be a quick BRB moment. I'm so sad. Oh well. What can you do? So, gonna yes, I'm using the cheapo. And where is his law? Gonna need some more of that black red. It's just acrylic, so I'm not gonna do. If I was doing a lot of airbrushing, I would put on the respirator, but for this it's quick. Because the first time I did a lot of airbrushing, I thought it was a good idea to prime all my miniatures, and then by the time I was done, later that day, I went to blow my nose, and there was more black paint in my nose than anything else. Let's see if that's gonna spill or not. No, it's gonna be RB. I'm gonna get the hair dry quickly. Alright. Let's do another pass. Thank you for the follow. Hope you're doing. Oh shit. Okay. Now I see how it's gonna work. Welcome everybody from Alchemist Painting. Alright, so luckily there's a upside to today's stream. Or start of the stream. Yeah, boy. I'm doing good. If you wanna hear a tragic story, what happened just before I started the stream. So to this side, there's a door, and we're busy drying off some of our linens and stuff. So as we went to close the door, it got hooked to the ironing board and it knocked against the display case. So some models took a tumble and got a bit broken. So yeah, thank you for the raid though. Just make something out of this day. Ah, thanks, man. No, shit happens. What can you do? Yeah, and luckily nothing's beyond repair. I just had a look at it, looked at that I have all the pieces that broke off. So the only bad part is the only pieces that really broke was my two latest pieces. So I'm not too stoked about that because that's the ones I enjoyed the most. So oh man, thanks guys for all the follows. Really do, really do appreciate it. Let me see if I can show you my paint for today. So luckily, nothing too serious on her. The little piece on her ear broke off, and luckily nothing else. So that's good. And then this one I painted up on Sunday just as a quick 2-hour one. His base completely snapped off. So not too stoked about that. And then obviously the one I enjoyed the most. This one, his little earpiece broke off. Some of the paint got knocked off at the back. His gun luckily just came attached completely. Yeah, that's the Infinity Bust. I can't remember her name, but she's usually the one in the red armor. And then what else broke on this guy? So that piece over there snapped off completely as well. And then a few other ones took a tumble, but they're more of the practice pieces and stuff. So as I was trying to recover most of the stuff, this one also decided to full YOLO off of the display. And then his thing snapped off as well, so all good. Thank you for the kind words though. So yeah, thanks again Alchemist for the raid. I really do appreciate it. Yeah, it's just been a wild day. I'm trying to put it out of my mind, but yeah, it's right there next to me. So what I'm working on now is just this little base. So these fruit loops I am gonna change. I'm not happy with the fruit loops on for the corals. So the blue is gonna dry up and go into more clear, translucent blue for the waves. And then I'm gonna do some more little waves and stuff on that. So just tease this up a little bit more. So it can dry into a more wavy form. So, and then obviously what's going to be on top of him going to be this guy. So just getting some quick airbrushing over that. I'm going to do more of a sketch style over him. And then we're going to just go from there. So let's run through all of the chats. Yeah, the camo was fun on that public or pubic. All right. So yeah, so it's just a little bit of pain. I don't really want to look more than at them at the moment, but thank you all for joining. Oh shit, 52 viewers. So let's get some painting done then rather. So I'm just gonna do a quick little pass again of this red black, and then we can start having some fun, and then hopefully we can see how far we can get in this little time period. So we do have about an hour and 20 minutes left for the stream. So we should get some stuff done today. So I was taking more of that. Alright, that's good. Oh, then again, hats off to Alchemist. And I didn't even ask, what do you paint, Alchemist, or did you already post something? I'm still in my own little world at the moment, so please forgive me. So I'm just gonna mute my mic before everybody rages at this silly compressor going off the whole time. So alright, let's have a look. So I'm just gonna go there, and then hopefully this worked. I'm gonna switch over to. Alright, so hopefully you guys can see what I'm looking at. Yeah, I watched the piece of his stream this morning when he was still painting, when he was busy doing the rim job on this space. So yeah, it's looking really cool. I just like it. I got something similar to where you have an overcurved base. But yeah, that's looking very nice. Obviously, I'll give it a follow soon. Yeah, that's my massive rim job. So I'll go. Yeah, I'm one of those people. This PC was usually just used for gaming purposes mostly, and Instagram is a pain to. Because I got two separate Instagram accounts. The one I only use majority of my painting stuff for, so the one is not logged in. Alright. Just use up the paint left in the pot, so I'm just gonna give this a quick dry. Alright, go get your food, man. So I'm just gonna quickly clean this out a little bit and then we can get straight into some actual painting. Yeah, no, that's the one thing I love about the painting community in general on Twitch as well. Just everybody just doesn't mind giving everybody a chance, so what on earth is going on here, Ether? Alchemist Painting was generous enough to give me a raid, so that's what's happened. Now I just have to find a spot to put this airbrush. Yeah, let's just put that off and unscrew that, because then I don't have the air compressor going off every 5 seconds. So let's just I was gonna quickly blow this off as well. Oh, spaghetti meatballs. Oh, the base probably, I mean. Still drying. So it looks like wet noodles now. But that is gonna clear up a little bit later. So yeah, so luckily there is, you can see underneath there is the illusion of water and stuff. So that's gonna clear up a little bit more. And then after that's dry, then we're gonna... Ah, yes. Where am I? Thanks. Ah, now, sorry, Merlin. So halfway, because I just came back from work and put on everything for the stream, and then that accident happened, and so sorry. But yeah. So let's actually get down to some painting. So I'm just gonna pull up my palette here. So there's my little bit of a red brown I've got there. I'm just gonna add more into the palette, get most of the colors ready. And now I want to go into a more tanned color. So this is already opened. Put that there. And I can have a more skin tone almost color. Some of the other shadows. And then I can do a basic skin tone. Yes, I am prepping my skin tone colors. So let's do that. Now I want pretty big brush, but not too big. Some relative accuracy. Highly wet palette. So this one is just easier for bigger, quick projects. As I move on to refining stuff, I do move over to a smaller wet palette. So let's get some of that. and I'll say when I start mixing in some other colors as I go along. So let's see. Now what, I might just grab the bigger brush because that's gonna be easier. As I read that message, you can see I don't eat my paint as much as celery, but yeah, if it's not much paint I do consume. Alright, let's make a bigger pile of that mix. Let's zoom in a little bit more. Not that much. Thank you very much. So I'm just adding this to all the raised areas, keeping some of that darker red in the shadows. Alright, let's get a little bit in closer. So all good, Hillary. Enjoy dinner. I'm not going for perfect coverage. We want them to look a little bit like a, what do you call it? Shell shaded effect. Because then we can start having some fun where we can start refining everything again. Because if I had to all good. Yeah, all social media is a complete vibe. You'd think it would be the most least complicated part of everything what you do, but it tends to be the biggest drag of everything. that side boob action. So we'll just try to keep on going. So Merlin, you said last night you've been painting for 3 years. Do you paint mostly GW stuff, I assume? Alright, all good. Yeah, I also started out, obviously, well, I think most of us all started out on GW. But then luckily, one local guy owns a store here. I got all of my stuff from. He pulled me into the dark side of display painting. So my GW painting didn't survive too long. All good, Ether. Alright. It's all about what you enjoy painting. If you're stuck painting stuff you really don't want to paint, you're not going to enjoy the hobby. So might as well just paint what you want. So as soon as this first coat is on, it's going to get a little bit more quicker. So one of the things I'm trying to work on now is this. Not really a slow painter, but I tend to get a little bit bogged down on some things too early in the painting stages. I'm trying to unlearn that whole process of trying to be too neat from the start, so it's gonna look a little bit potato for a while, but then we're gonna see if we can pull everything back together. And let's see if we can. Drop some paint in there. And then as I go off camera the whole time. Welcome back, Celery. We have a very strange looking dwarf at the moment. But like I said, I wanted to try to unlearn the process of getting stuck on the early steps where I tend to waste a lot of time. So we'll see if we can achieve that today. Get little folds behind his head. Copy bases. Wheat Eustace base coats. Anybody who didn't know that? This is tap his ear. So luckily he has an eye patch, so I don't have to paint 2 eyes. So let's see how I can go. Let's just give stomach a little bit more color here. And that can stay a little bit more in shadow. Celery, you're not far behind, bruh. I don't know what you're talking about. Like a full year older than me. Must be older. And then I see. Let's mix that same color again. Just I'm adding a little bit more of that peanut butter color in. I still want the paint to be nice and thick at the moment, so I don't want too much transparency on this. Let's keep on working on these colors. It's looking very yellow at the moment, but we'll resolve that issue. He is indeed ready for Baywatch almost. I know this does look very bad at the moment, but like I said, I wanna try speed up some of the earlier processes. I tend to waste a lot of time on. I can imagine if you wanna get something painted and you run out of primer, then that can cause some issues for you. Let's just grab his bicep. Ah, I forgot about his foot completely. That's not good. Screw it. Or is it one thing you miss when you're painting? Sorry about that. Poor Celery's been having a headache trying to find all the paints he wants. But I don't think he got right in the end. No. The famous ice yellow. It is a great color though. We use it a lot. Alright, he's looking quite funky. Let's get his hand, yeah. Oof. 2 months. Is that for ice yellow or for all of your colors? Alright, 4 colors you can get. Yeah. There's a pain. So I'm just gonna dry off this model and I can have a look of what the true colors are when it's dry. So just bear with me for 1 second. Alright, let's make the painting the hand a little bit easier. That's much more stable now. So let's keep on working with him. So I'm going to do, I'm going to skip this brown color I have here because it's a little bit too light. So I'm going to go into our basic flesh tones right there and starting to lighten that up a little bit more. And once we have a complete rough sketch, then we can smooth everything out. So, Celery's quietly judging me in the background because he knows how many paints I own and have. Shows the cannon. I can show you the cannon. Not primed when it's primed, it's just still very dark. It sits on his shoulders. So I added a little piece of flint or whatever you call it, and I did drill out the barrel much deeper than the original model. What's up? Wild girlfriend appears. You're gonna break more models. So yeah, this one is, what's it, Faenir, the gunner of the Kraken from Abyssal. So it is the 3D printed version, so I do like my sculpted and casted models. But for the time being, this is what we can get from a nice little network that has been done through the owner from Abyssal. What's his name? Not Fabio. Fausto or something like that, if I remember correctly. So he got in contact with one of our local 3D printing guys and they worked out a deal so that we can at least get our hands on the models while everything is a bit crazy in the world. So can't complain about that at all. Catty.
Yeah, boy.
Oh, thank you for the raid. Or for the follow, not for the raid. Sorry, I'm getting very confused today. Jan is a awesome painter. I love his work. So let's see where we can keep on. $16 to go. I assume that's to 50 followers. It would be great, but I'm just painting to hang out with the guys that want to hang out, and if there's at least one person I can teach something or have a conversation with, then I'm more than happy just to do that. So I think me and Celery is in the same boat with that. We're just happy to share this hobby from South Africa to just at least show that the hobby is slowly growing and alive all the way down. Thank you for that shout out, Celery. So for all you that don't know who Dan is, get your stuff together and go give him a follow as well. Because he does have some awesome music as well while he's painting his beautiful work, so that also helps a lot. As soon as I hear that music, I know shit's gonna get serious real soon. Gotta have the tunes. Janet does sound always like you had a very interesting life so far. Because I assume you are in the UK now, but you do talk about your travels to Japan. Because I was watching the one stream where you said you were, I don't know what you would call it, like the Mecca area for all the scale models and kits and stuff in Japan. So I was watching that one. Oh, alright, 13 years. Wow, that's a really long time. Oh, cheers, Merlin. Thank you for joining. Really appreciate it. I'll hopefully catch you on one of your streams sometime soon again.
Yeah, boy.
Thank you for the follow, Darkness, Dawn from the Darkness. Hope you're doing well. So now I've never been to Ireland. I've only been to the UK twice for work. So that's about my experience out of the country. The only thing I want to do in Ireland is go to the Guinness factory. So that explains my intentions. Commander Mittens. Okay. Thank you, Commander Mittens, for sending darkness this way. So nothing too exciting happening now. Just sketching out some tones and then we'll smooth everything over. And hopefully it works because I haven't done it this way too much. It's usually a hit or miss. I'm still very new to introducing the airbrush into certain stages. Awesome. I'll go check out Commander Mittens as well if he's a streamer. Like I said, like I did stream a little bit on Twitch, like a very short while, much earlier in this year. But then I run a Discord community for one of the guys down here in South Africa, so I did a lot of streaming on there, kind of as a perk for some of the guys on there. And then we made a move to Twitch so we can see if we can get some international people on board as well. So it's just basically like a small little Patreon supporting the shop owner because he does run it from his house. And then obviously with all the other stuff happening in South Africa and in the world, it does make life a little bit hard. So if you do want to check out that Discord, there is a link down in my about section or just on my main page. You can join as a trial member for free for a full month, and then we do some weekly shows, me, Celery, and then the owner of the Discord and one of the other really good painters in South Africa. We do shows discussing certain topics and helping people out with some things they might be struggling with. So, and then just because we're all South Africans doesn't mean there's not place for international people. That's just a little bit of a fun thing we do to try and grow the hobby down here. Alright. He's looking very chocolately brown at the moment. That's fine. I do apologize if I do miss anything in the chat. I'm still getting used to reading everything as I paint. I'm so used to just having a chat with the people that does join for the stream in voice format. So please forgive me. Yeah, that's the one thing I love about this hobby as well on the Twitch side of stuff. I think a lot of people that is very much a people person is always scared that they're not the best painter or anything. But usually you watch more for the chats and the people joining the stream, so that's the one thing I do really enjoy it. That you don't have to be Mr. Big Name and best painter in the world. So, brush for hire. And I also love your work as well. Good to have you, yeah. I just love your Instagram clips as well. As soon as I see you, I just think about the one where you had Cypress Hills song Insane, where you had that little clip. Yeah. Anyway, thank you very much for the follow. So I think I want to smooth this out a little bit and then we'll see how that turned out. See. Yeah, no. If you want to see very vibrant and rainbow inspired pieces, go give Brush for Hire follow him on all his shows as well, because he does paint lovely stuff as well. So yeah, boy. Inferno, Lunar Inferno, thank you very much for the follow. Yes, that does have the best hair on stream. Thank you very much for the shout out as well, Celery. So please forgive me as the airbrush goes wild. So what I'm gonna do yeah, it's obviously because the last thing I want to get is this part of my melon going into the camera and you all get blinded by the sun. So we'll rather keep the hat on or a beanie. And funny enough, it just helps the headset not falling off your head while you're painting. Alright, so I'm still trying to figure out if I want to mute my mic when I airbrush or not. So you guys better say, because I can explain beforehand what I'm going to do and then just do it quickly, rather than stressing that I'm irritating you with the noise. I'm going to move my airbrush later to a other spot where it's a little bit less shaky with the camera and everything. Alright, then we'll keep the airbrush going and the compressor. So what I want to do, I want to take a mix between those colors I had on my palette now, and then put them all into the pot until I get a nice skin tone color going. It's maybe a little bit more red again, so I can introduce some blood into the whole skin tone. Get some of that basic flesh. Grab some of this skin tone. So let's see how that goes. That might be a little on the bright side. So let's first test this on the hand. Not entirely the first time. Like you know, I like to work with the brush a lot, so but that does tend to make things a little bit slow. So I'm trying to incorporate the airbrush a little bit more. That is a little bit smoother, so what I want to do is get him dried off with the hairdryer. So for that I will mute my mic. Yeah, the skin tone of the airbrush is a nice thing to do. I think it does save a lot of time. It's just all that process for me, finding that right balance, how to use it. So yes, let me see what's going on here. All right. So let me see. So it's looking a little bit on a desaturated side, but that's part of the game when you work with an airbrush. What I'm going to do is just sketch over again, and then I'll, instead of trying to get everything smooth again from the start, just keep on building up and refine as I go. Because we're still very early stages, so I don't think it's necessary to be too accurate with everything. So what I want to do, a little bit of that. I think what I have to do for the next airbrush pass is just introduce a little bit more of a red color, just to bring some life back into this. Sega Force. Oh, Saga Force. Ah, now I get it. Let's see. I was about to say, Siller, I don't think we know that down here. The only thing we know is Song of Ice and Fire, or GW stuff, Infinity. Yes, and Infinity. Yes, I have painted some of them. The one is in a very horrible state now, which I do not want to show. She is painted though, but she has some unfortunate battle damage. Right. Right. Yes, I'm still waiting for that croak model. I want to see that thing painted, but that's gonna take a while. And especially as well with You wanna finishing up that dragon, get started on the competition piece, all our local comp down here. Please, man, I want to see as well. Let me see. Oh, see if this works. Does it work? Keep on forgetting which button it is. That's the right button. Nice. Oh, those are nice. I like it. I like it. Very nice, man. I like those. I've always preferred Infinity models more over the GW stuff. But that is just me. Right, I can actually start seeing how this base is looking. So it's got a little bit more of a blue tint over it now, which is good. Like I said, I'm still gonna change those fruit loops I have going on there. Not happy with those. Alright, so give me 1 second to think. Alright, so what I want to do is introduce more of a shaded skin tone from below and then lighten that up with a lighter mix. Let's just switch it on. Let's grab some of that. Ah, it's a saga, so all the historical stuff. That's nice. A little bit more red in here. Alright, let's all good, Hillary. Right, let's lighten this up a little bit more. Actually, want to. Alright, Commander Mittens, thank you very much for joining there. Really do appreciate it. Sleep well and then good luck with your day tomorrow. Alright, I should really add a normal red on my palette. Obviously it's going to look very green. There we go. It's more the color I was looking for. Right. So let's just get rid of this paint. Alright. It looks like my plan is slowly starting to pull together, which is good. I really have to move my stuff around. Just knocking everything around. So, how it looks now after all the sketching and stuff like that. So it's very bit on the pale side. So what I'm going to do is start introducing a little bit more of a warm red. And I'll mix up some of the colors. So let's see, have some of that. So his other, hopefully soon we'll be able to start pinning some stuff together, so then it's vision's a little bit more obvious. So, but yeah, it is a quite a cool, funky little model. Let's just get some. There's little digits entered in as well. That is true. Well, hopefully if this one doesn't take us too long to paint. I already know what I want to paint afterwards. So let me just get a bit of coat on here. And then I'll show you. Also from the same range of models. These are very cool. One I think you guys would also enjoy. Let's try to get his bicep painted.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah. Bones, thank you for the follow. Really do appreciate it. Had a very interesting
Yeah, boy.
stream so far. Lady, thank you very much for the follow. Like I said, I had a very interesting stream. Started off very bad when I just...
Yeah, boy.
Oh. Dark, thank you for the follow. See if I can get my sentence done this time around. Where I... All good. Thank you very much. And yeah, it's the community is great. I've been holding off streaming for a little while. My friend Celery, he's been streaming for 3 weeks now. So it's just good to have more of us South Africans show that the hobby is alive and kicking down here. Oh, good. Can never have too much friendship, that's one thing. So, like I was saying, yeah, stream started off with me having a very bad accident, knocking off some of these models it's already painted, and some of them broke. I have to do some repairs sometime, but I think it's just better to leave it a little bit instead of me trying to frank it, trying to fix it very fast. So I think I'm just gonna leave it for a little while. and then when I when I feel that I'm ready to have a better look at them, I'll go ahead and fix them up. So then luckily Alchemist decided to raid. We had Jan on as well. So, and Merlin also on. So it was very nice to have some of the and Brush on Fire. Brush for Hire was also on. I couldn't forget the man with the beautiful hair on stream. So he was also on. That was all good fun. Yeah, no, I gotta let the hurt heal a little bit first, and then I'll go in and tackle them. Because at the moment, I think I'll. To be honest, I was basically in tears just before I started the stream, but then I decided, well, let's just rather put on the stream and then just go through it instead of me sitting yeah, trying to contemplate how to fix some of this stuff. Yeah, no, it's not a fun. Matthew, thank you for the follow. Yeah, it's not a fun experience. It's the first time it ever happened to me. I've taken my models around a few times to some workshops and stuff like that, and never broke
Yeah, boy.
a single figure. Sam, thank you for the follow. Do appreciate it. Sorry, I look very confused at the screen, so how's it, Madness? How you doing? Ah, that's awesome, man. Well, you're more than welcome to whenever you got everything got everything ready to go. You can just drop into my stream. I'll give you a shout out. So it's still busy drying, so I think it's still busy drying. I don't wanna, yeah, no, it's most definitely still busy drying. So let's not do that. So that's still busy drying, so it's probably gonna be ready tomorrow only. And then we'll do some of the other stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Ah, Bones, thank you for the host. Or the raid, sorry. Okay, this was. Ooh, yeah, no, it's it's just one of those things. Like what happened was my girlfriend put one of the bed linens over the door, and it hooked onto the ironing board. So when I went to close the door, the ironing board went smashing into the display case, knocking stuff over. But luckily, not a person that likes to put down blame on anyone, so it was just, no, everything's fine. You know, what can you do? It doesn't help getting angry about things like that. It already happened, so. It's just one of those things. This hand can still look a little bit rough because we're gonna slowly start putting everything together. I think I want to do after this last airbrush glaze just to smooth everything over, and then I'm gonna stop doing a lot of rough work, and then I'll start doing some more specific stuff. So gonna get this brush cleaned out a little bit because I have a lot of paint in the ferrule. So let's just try to work all of that gunk out. So I'm usually lazy. I don't really like dragging my stuff through paper towels or anything, so I just give them a spin on the paper. So let's put that to the one side. Now I want to warm up this. I wanted to give this skin tone a little bit more life, and then I can start refining everything. I say it's nice having all of you join in. It does make it all worth it. Having more people to watch while we enjoy this hobby of ours, painting little toys because it's fun. So let's hook up the airbrush, and then we can do another set of glaze over everything. It's not toy sis. So for you guys not in, that's basically how loud my compressor gets. So it's not too loud. It's softer than my voice, even though it doesn't sound to me that it's louder. But yeah. So yeah, for you guys that don't know what sis is in Afrikaans, it just means basically like, don't say that, it's not right to say it. So it's not toys. Sis, don't say that. So let's get ball rolling, and then we can start doing some finer details tomorrow, because I'm live for 2 hours already. So the original agreement with the girlfriend is I can stream for 2 hours, so that I can also spend some more time with her and everything, which we all have to do to find that balance between hobby and friends and family and your significant other. It's like when we were all younger, pushing around all toy cars. Now we just do it with for Soldier Men. Unless you play something like Gaslands or something, I suppose it's the same thing. Alright, let's add some of that red in here. Yeah, I tried to get my one into the hobby as well, but it didn't last very long. So let's see if this more reddish. So the thing is, it can still look very rough, because we're gonna start smoothing everything out tomorrow. That's enough of airbrushing for one night. So, Molly's still a little wet. Just give a go of the hairdryer.
Yeah, boy.
Well, thank you there for the follow, Madness. I see you said didn't realize you weren't following, but doesn't matter. As long as you're here and enjoying what you're seeing, and it's all good. Oh, thanks, man. Enjoy. Good luck. Go to work, James. Which side of the world are you on? Alright, but thank you very much for joining. Let's put off that because that's gonna deafen you guys. Yeah, so for anybody who is interested, I'm not going to be streaming tomorrow. We've got a little chat going on our local Discord, so I've got other things to do there. And then I'll be back the day after tomorrow, and then Friday, not here, and then hopefully over the weekend I'll see if I can do a lot of streaming, because then I got a lot of free time on my hands. So we'll do that, and then I'll put that on the schedule, and then I'll have to clean that out. But yeah, I think it's time for a raid. Let's just first see if I'm happy for where it is now. Yeah, I still got a lot of things to learn to how much I can push certain things. But at least this gives me somewhat of a clear route to follow. So I'm not too convinced of using the airbrush this much yet. I think I still have to learn a few things. But yeah, I think it's just a good starting point. I can at least work from that, because now I have to do better than what I did on her face. And for some reason she's looking very orange. So there's some of the damage that occurred. That little piece broke off. So I still have to fix these ones. So someday, but not today. So, any suggestions for raiding someone? Like I said, I'm still pretty much, yeah, I only follow the local guys, Celery, and then his two brothers, Ether and Space Pug, just helping out more of the local community. So if you guys got any recommendations, just throw their name in the hat there, and then we can see what everybody's doing, and then we can go right there, chill a little bit, and then I've got other things I have to do for tonight. Alright, all good. Let us see. So, oh, it's actually on now. Let me just open up. Alright. Cheers, Celery. Let me see. feel real bad now. I've been watching his stuff and I only realized I've not been following. So I'm gonna feel bad now with Brush. I'm just waiting for this silly ad to run over. But every piece of the ads does help for the content creators and streamers, so let's just wait for this one to roll over. So it's finally over. Let's peek what's going on into chat. Alright, so close that. And let's go over to my stream. Sorry guys, this is still very new. So we are ready to raid. So yeah, thank you all for joining. Not too eventful tonight. Unfortunately from this stages it is going to get a little bit slower, but not too slow. So we'll see if we can do something about that. But yeah, thank you all for joining, and we're going to go raid Brush for hire. And then I have to sit there and slide in a sneaky follow. For some reason I never follow. It's always that one thing where you think you do follow somebody and then you have to man up and see that you didn't. So thank you all for joining. Like I said, I'm not streaming tomorrow night, but I am streaming the day after tomorrow, and then over the weekend I'm gonna put in some hours. So let us let us go raid. So let's just wait for that little timer to go up. Okay, yeah. Thanks, Bone Shooter. Thank you for joining, and then let us go raid.